I hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend.
Welcome to Still Horse. I'm Steve Reeves.
And I'm Jodi Willis. You know, a couple weeks ago we had some audio issues with the show, so we decided to re-air a couple of those segments so you could hear them. On this week's show, we'll re-air the Ride for Wishes in Columbus.
And the Still Horse cameras caught up with a very interesting lady that's riding around the world.
We'll have all that and much more when Steel Horse returns.
Be there.
Still Horse is brought to you by Indianapolis Southside Harley-Davidson, your Central Indiana Harley dealer since 1947. And by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Get yours at Indianapolis Southside Harley-Davidson.
If you've been injured in a car accident through no fault of your own,
don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you.
Don't believe you'll be taken care of.
Don't believe it will all work out.
don't believe anything until you've talked to us.
The risk is too big.
Accidents happen in a minute, but the impact can be lifelong.
You need an attorney to help you get the compensation you deserve. You need us. We're Leidendorf Law. Call us first.
Call 842-5800 or visit Leidendorf.com.
You hear that little voice? It says, meet me where the road touches the sky. It's time to ride. And when you're on the road, make sure you have Rider insurance. Rider is focused solely on the motorcycle community and has been for almost 4 decades. We know what it's like to feel the wind on our face because we're riders ourselves. Come see the difference. Ride with Rider.
Welcome back to Steel Horse.
Now let's take a look at this week's Horse's Mouth question.
Sue Reed from Indianapolis asks, I'm a small woman. Which Ducati is best for me?
Thanks, Sue. That's a really good question. Before me is our Ducati 696, which is our lowest price Ducati at $89.95, but it's also our lowest seat height at 30.3 inches. We also have a lower seat that can be fitted to the bike that takes another 3/4 of an inch out of the height of the bike. Additionally, it's very light. It's 355 pounds, so it has a very good power to weight ratio. You've heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
Now let's head back to Columbus for the Ride for Wishes ride. The audio is all taken care of and it's all good. Let's check it out.
This ride today is going to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. It's going to go to sponsor a child from Indiana on their wish that they have set up to grant wishes to critically ill children. They can wish to go someplace, wish to be someone like a police officer or a fireman, or they can wish to go to Disneyland, or they can wish to visit someone, maybe Peyton Manning or Tony Stewart or something, so that's what the money's generated go towards, is fulfilling their wishes.
We spoke to Make-A-Wish several months ago about doing some work with Make-A-Wish and Cummins, and then one of the guys in our operations system is a very keen biker with a Patriot Guard, and he had the idea of using a ride to help get some money and awareness for Make-A-Wish, and I was all in favor of it. So we spoke to our leadership at Cummins and said, would you be interested in getting involved? And they said, sure.
Well, actually, I work with Doug at Cummins and sort of helped him. We did a bake sale there as well and to raise some money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
All the money today will go to the foundation. We have an ambassador here from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Her child was a Make-A-Wish recipient when she was in 5th grade. So we're pretty excited to have her with us today too.
Each rider donates money to ride in the ride, and then that money will go to Make-A-Wish to help grant a wish of a sick child.
I come here from my family, mom, stepdad, and a friend of mine. We found out about it at, my girlfriend works here in Columbus, and she had on a flyer at one of the factories she works at, and so we decided we wanted to go on one.
I enjoy doing motorcycle rides, and this seems like it's for a good cause. Granting kids their wishes is an important thing. Granting anyone their wishes is an important thing, especially if it's an illness or something like that.
It was nice because a lot of the sponsors or a lot of the people that donated door prizes, once they heard about the cause, they opened up their wallets and they were real generous. Pitbull Leather and Nashville gave us 4 $30 gift cards. When we told them what it was for. Other people have given us. We've got a donation here from Harley Davidson Iraq, a T-shirt. So we've got some nice door prizes. We've also got 2 tandem jumps from Skydive Greensburg.
Well, we actually found out about this ride at the garage, the posters that were up at the garage, grill and bar on 4th Street. And we enjoyed making these rides, and Make-A-Wish is certainly a very worthy cause, and so we like to participate in those, and anytime we have an opportunity to ride, we try to take advantage of it.
It's actually one of my coworkers that organized the ride, and I just haven't been on a big ride like this for a long time, and I figured it'd be a good day for it, so here we are.
Well, I had some friends that went on this ride last year and really enjoyed it, and they recommended we go on it. Beautiful day out. I know it's to help benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is great for the kids. Lets them fulfill dreams from them, and it's a good benefit for everybody.
It's almost too hot, but I think we've been through a lot of rides like this, and it'll just be another day.
Well, it's for a great cause. It's the Make-A-Wish ride, and I really can't think of anything more important than for a child to get a wish that he may never get to enjoy otherwise if it wasn't for things like this. It's just a great cause.
I don't have a bike. My wife is definitely not interested in me riding a bike, and I told her as I get ready for my midlife crisis, it's either going to be a motorbike or an aeroplane, and we're still negotiating. But I really do like the trike bikes, and so I actually convinced her to come out and do a road test. So we're on the right page, but not quite yet.
This is my first ride, and we figured since it was for kids, a charity, we'd go ahead and try it. The worst thing that can happen is it rains today, which we hope it don't. We need it really bad.
My former boss from the tech center, he started this ride last year and just kind of asked me to help and go around and ask for donations and help plan the ride route itself, and just enjoy being part of it.
It just means the world that people are so generous to give of their time and money to help grant the wish of a child. My child was granted a wish, and it is just an amazing thing. It makes you feel so wonderful knowing that people care and are so generous and are able to help the kids forget about their problems for a little bit, and it just really makes them rejuvenated. It gives them something to look forward to, and it makes their treatments and their illness a little bit better to deal with.
I think it's a good cause. I mean, anything to help anybody out is a good thing, and we get to enjoy the ride and they get to enjoy the benefits, so I don't see anything wrong with that.
We just got back from a 5,000-mile honeymoon on our Harley. So we've been out a good bit this summer already.
Make-A-Wish, I think, is a wonderful organization and help the kids get a wish that they want, and as far as I'm concerned, that's one of the best things that we can do.
Well, it's going to be a little warm, and I usually ride in full gear, so it should be a little bit sweaty, but that's okay.
We're going to leave today out of Columbus. We're going to have a police escort. We're going to go down Central Avenue until we can get out of town. We're going to take some back roads all the way into Greensburg. Once we get to Greensburg, we're going to stop at the Skydive Greensburg, and they're going to put on a skydiving demo for us. So they'll have the plane taken off, and when we show up, they'll be jumping out of the plane, and they come down, and they've also given us 2 tandem jumps to give away as door prizes, so we're pretty excited about that. That's something that's kind of unique. A lot of times when you go on benefit rides, it seems like you hit the same watering hole, so this is something unique that we're doing here, and hopefully people like it and come back for it.
think it's awesome that they're coming out today to support a great cause, and yeah, it's really hot, and I think it's awesome that we have this many bikes so far.
Now,
let's
take
a
look
at
the
first
installment
of
the
South
Side
Harley Davidson
calendar. What's wrong?
I can't figure out what was wrong with my bike. We had to bring the other bike today.
Well, let's check in with Jim Yaney in this week's Safety 101.
And you know when your bike's sick, it really worries you.
Hi everybody. This week I'm going to show you how to mount a motorcycle. Why? Because safety begins before you get on the motorcycle. If you ever take a look at a motorcycle, it's set up in a triangular pattern, the front tire, back tire, and the side stand. All the weight is on the side stand over here, leaning towards you. The reason that is so that when you mount the motorcycle, it makes it easier to adjust it. When you mount the motorcycle, always hold your front brake. That keeps the motorcycle from rolling away from you. Once you're on the motorcycle, side stand up. Now if you notice, I did that with my head and eyes up. It's very, very important. Never look down when you're getting on a motorcycle or getting off. Dismounting is the same way, but there's one tip. You put your side stand down, still holding your front brake, turn the forks all the way to the left before you lean the motorcycle over. That puts all the weight back on the bike and keeps it off of you. Did an interview one time with Evel Knievel a few years ago, and I asked him what his worst injury was, and he said it was sitting on his motorcycle with it off in his driveway. It fell over, broke his hip. Remember, safety starts not just when the motorcycle's running, but when you're getting ready to get on the motorcycle too. Until next week, I'll see you on the road.
When Steel Horse returns, we'll have the Gadget Closet, the Bike of the Week.
And we're going to talk to a very interesting lady that lives in Australia but is originally from Indiana. She's taking a trip around the world on her bike.
Pitbull Leather is a must-stop on my ride to Nashville.
I love shopping at Pitbull Leather. They have everything a rider could want. So next time you're in Nashville, be sure to stop in. And just because I ride, I get 10% off.
Pitbull Leather, good deals, good times.
Don't think you can afford a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle? Think again. Think Harley-Davidson of Bloomington. A pure uncut Harley street machine can be had for a lot less than you think. A whole new brood of Harley-Davidson motorcycles that won't make your wallet a pit of despair. Check out the Dark Custom line of motorcycles, including the Crossbones, the Nightster, and the all-new Black line. Accelerate your fun at Harley-Davidson of Bloomington.
When I'm out on the track, I got to give it everything that I have. I need skill, reflexes, and coordination to win races. And it's really no different on the highway. And just one alcoholic drink can impair your ability to ride safely. So be responsible and know when to leave your bike parked and make it home safely. We're all here to have a little fun, but a DUI or wrecking your bike, well, that'd be just stupid. So ride safe, Indiana, and let's make it none for the road.
If you're involved in a car accident, the first thing you should do is call your insurance agent, right?
Unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize they may be entitled to more money if they simply call us first. We know the hassles after an accident can be stressful. We can help. The insurance company is prepared. Are you? There's a reason Leidendorf Law handles so many accident cases. Curious? Call me. Why Leidendorf? Just compensation.
Welcome back to Steel Horse. We really do hope you guys are enjoying your Labor Day weekend and riding safe. Now let's check in with this week's Gadget Closet.
Now here's a unique gadget I'm sure that can come in handy on a lot of things. I'm with Paul Blazewith from Nitro Tape. Tell me about your product.
Hey Steve, how you doing this morning? Basically what our product is, it's a self-fusing silicone tape. Really unique thing about this product is it is a non-adhesive product. Unlike some of your electrical tapes or duct tapes, it has no sticky residue to it. And all you do is you take the product and give it a little bit of a stretch and wrap it around anything that you may want to fix and or protect from any type of elements. It's waterproof, oils, gases, fluids, nothing's gonna penetrate it. And all you do is kind of give it a half lap all the way around, and then when you're done, you want to just go right back on itself, and as you can see, Steve, it bonds right to itself immediately, giving it a nice airtight and a waterproof seal. Another good thing about it, temperature 65 below zero, all the way up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. So any kind of heat is not going to mess it up, and it's just a great, great product. Now another great thing about it is if you do have to get back at it and fix something after you've put the product on, like I said, unlike other tapes, you're not going to get any sticky residue. What it's going to do, it's going to peel right off, and if you feel this, no residue. And as you can see, it's starting to bond already to itself within minutes. We say 24 hours, but really it bonds immediately, and if you give this a little tug, you can see that. So really, in a nutshell, that's our product. We feel like it's got 1,001 uses for any kind of motorcycle industry, and we think it's a real good product.
Now how can we get a hold of you?
Very easily. It's actually www.nitrotape.com. That's nitro-tape.com. Or you can get a hold of us at 1-860-378-0111.
Sherry, you've got a really unique story to tell. I hear you're going around the world.
I am going around the world, yes. About halfway at this point.
You're halfway at this point and you're doing this by yourself.
I'm doing it by myself, yeah.
Now tell me about this.
All right, well, I got to a point in my life where it was time to do something with a little bit of challenge to it. And when I went home and sat down and really wanted to think about it, this is what came to my head. I wasn't riding a motorcycle at the time. It's just the idea is like, why don't you ride a motorcycle around the world? All right.
Now you're originally from the United States, but you live in Australia now?
I'm from here. I'm from Indianapolis.
You are from Indianapolis?
Yeah. And I moved to Australia 12 years ago.
Now tell me, where did you start and where are you planning to end up?
All right. Well, my home is Adelaide, South Australia, and I plan on ending up in my own driveway in Adelaide, South Australia, with the bike intact, with myself intact. Yeah.
Now tell me about some of the experiences that you've had on this trip.
Oh, there's so many experiences. From South Australia, I rode across the Nullarbor, which is very famous in Australia for 4 days of just straight, flat road. Just that's it. Desert.
Boring.
Boring to some people, beautiful to me. And then I took an airplane to Tokyo, Japan. And from Tokyo, I went up to the top of Russia, right across from Alaska, called Magadan. And from Magadan, I rode through Siberia, 4,000 kilometers on dirt tracks. And then went down to Lake Baikal, which is a very famous, largest lake in the world, a part of Russia. I went down into Mongolia, and then came up through Europe, went up to top of Finland, Estonia, then have come down through Germany, Czech Republic, Croatia, Bulgaria, Turkey, Greece. Came across Europe, and then I took my second airplane just now from UK to here.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, is there any one particular part that stands out in your mind the most?
Siberia.
Siberia? Why Siberia?
4,000 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles, but 4,000 kilometers of hardcore dirt tracks, the worst even tracks or roads you'll find in your life.
That's where they want to send all the bad people to Siberia. Is it that bad?
It was, actually. We traveled the Road of Bones. Have you heard of the Road of Bones? It's actually roads that were built during the Gulag system during Stalin's time, and he used prisoners to build these roads, the political prisoners. And as they died, they didn't bother to bury them. They just, according to legend, just laid them in the road and built the road over them. And so many people died building this road that it's really something you think about. When you're traveling this road, you're thinking about all the people that died and while I'm enjoying the track in Siberia.
You did this in the daytime, not tonight, because that'd be kind of spooky.
Well, in Siberia when I was there, it was daylight until 2 in the morning, and the sun came up around 4. So we actually did ride until 1 in the morning every now and then, just to get there's no places to stop. You know, there's lots of bears out there. It's like you have a goal that you have to meet each day. You have to meet it, regardless what time it is, because it's life or death. So, yeah, that's what we did. Yeah.
Wow. Now, was it any problem getting gas in any of these areas?
Not horribly. It was prepared. Like, there was enough study done before we left that we knew exactly where the fuel stops would be. And my bike has extra fuel on it already. I can go about 600 and a little bit more than 600 kilometers because I've got 2 tanks on the bike. Yeah, this is a wonderful tank. This is sponsored as well. And it's an extra 14 liters. My bike comes with 12, so I've got 26 liters total. I'm sorry I'm not talking in gallons. I have no idea.
You've been away too long, haven't you?
I have no idea how many gallons that is. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, I know this is the bike that you went on. Yes. If people want to find out more about your trip, how can they do that?
My website is sherryjowilkins.com. It's SherryJowilkins.com.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I would hesitate to take off around the world by myself on a motorcycle, and this lady's doing it.
Hi, we're here for the Bike of the Week from Indy Powder Coatings, and we're talking to Steve Westmeyer today, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his bike.
Thank you. Basically, it's a Hellbound steel. The rake is it's raked out chopper. It's 54-degree rake. The paint job is custom from the factory. Some of the additions I did put a custom Stingray covered seat on there. I put some aftermarket Danzig pipes on it. It's a real joy to ride, but going slow, it can be tough, but it's really enjoyable.
Now here's the Leidendorf Law trivia question.
The MotoGP road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway has how many turns? We'll have the answer when Steel Horse returns.
Indy Powder Coating has been the top choice of racers and custom car and bike builders for over 14 years. Go where the pros go for all your refinishing needs. Located on Indy's west side, so stop in, call, or check us out online for your free custom quote. Get yours at Indianapolis Southside Harley-Davidson.
When I'm out on the track, I got to give it everything that I have. I need skill, reflexes, and coordination to win races. And it's really no different on the highway. And just one alcoholic drink can impair your ability to ride safely. So be responsible and know when to leave your bike parked and make it home safely. We're all here to have a little fun, but a DUI or wrecking your bike, well, that'd be just stupid. So ride safe, Indiana, and let's make it none for the road.
Cage free. It's a better way to live. And not just for chickens, for you and for me.
We've all got stuff coming between us and the things we want to do, getting in the way of our personal freedoms. So who's looking out for the cage-free humans?
We are!
At Harley-Davidson of Bloomington, we can help you build your bike, your dream, and your freedom. No cages. Accelerate your fun at Harley-Davidson of Bloomington.
Welcome back to Steel Horse. Well, the answer to the question, how many turns are there at the road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? The answer is 16.
Some of my favorite rides have been the ones that I've done with the Patriot Guard. We do a lot of the community service and we stand up for the heroes, so that's always been one of my favorite things to do is to stand up for the heroes.
So my favorite ride was the ride we took with the group to the Tail of the Dragon. It's 26 miles and over 300 curves, and it was awesome. We went slow. We did all travel together. We staggered, but it was an awesome ride. We stopped at some of the overlooks. It was amazing. We did actually headed back down there again, but there was some construction, so we chose not to go to the Dragon this year. We just rode the Cherahalla Highway.
We left here, we went to Nashville, Tennessee, we went to Memphis for a while, we went to Mississippi, then we went to New Orleans, went back to Mississippi, we went then into Alabama, back into Tennessee, came through Columbus for a day and a half, went to the Smokies, then went into North Carolina and got back a few days ago.
Honeymoon, we went down to Gatlinburg, and I brought a dual sport bike with me there, and we was able to ride through the national park and then ended up taking like a 2-track trail all the way up to the Dragon Tail, and then rode the Dragon Tail. So that's, I said we were probably the only ones that came out onto the Dragon Tail with mud on our jeans from river crossing. So that's probably one of my favorite rides.
Took about an hour ride to go get ice cream at a little town called Metamora. It's in the far east section of the state. I couldn't tell you how to get there. I just followed the other bikes, and it was just a very enjoyable ride.
You know, just because it's Labor Day doesn't mean that riding season's over. Let's check out the second installment of the Southside Harley-Davidson calendar. Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of Steel Horse. Be sure to join us on our bike nights, Wednesday at the Brickyard Crossing and Thursday at Longacre.
I'm ready to ride. Be there. If you missed any part of today's show, you can catch us also on Comcast On Demand and the Steel Horse YouTube channel, and of course on Facebook and the SteelHorseTV.com. Steel Horse has been brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases, and by Indianapolis Southside Harley-Davidson, your Central Indiana Harley dealer since 1947.
Closed captioning provided by Abate of Indiana, preserving motorcycling for future generations. If it involves motorcycles, it involves Abate of Indiana.